Hello and welcome to another episode of Trains App, and today we're at Peterborough on the East Coast Main Line. So you can be services by Virgin Trains East Coast, Cross Country, East Midlands Trains, First Hull Trains, Grand Central, Great Northern, and various freight as well. There goes a HST set bound for London King's Cross. On the rear was newly liveried 43-320 with a mix of refurbished Mark IIIs and old East Coast Mark IIIs. Looked rather interesting. With a standard HST on the front. A 91 just went passing by. 180, 110 slowly trundled towards Hull. I had a jewelled up pair of 66s for Freightliner on an intermodal going by. Then I had, I think, 66 184 for Deutsche Bahn Schenker on a WBB Minerals train heading down that way. What else did I have? There's going to be a Great Northern service down there to London King's Cross. There you go.
That's the train next to arrive at platform number 2 is the 1446 Great Northern service to London King's Cross.
Which isn't that one down there. That down there is a Great Northern 317, a few of which are now in Great Northern colours.
Platform number 3, please stand clear of the platform edge and behind the yellow line as empty coaching stock will be passing through the station.
Will it really?
As passengers, platform number 3, please stand clear of the platform edge and behind the yellow line as empty coaching stock will be passing through the station.
Well, it's 317 348.
The next train to arrive at platform 5A 1441 is fully active sectors and knowledge that the next train to arrive at platform 5A is the 1441 East Midlands train service to Norwich.
Right, I think I've covered everything. Hopefully caught that two-tone there.
Platform number 3 is the 1452 Virgin Trains East Coast service to London King's Cross to Norwich.
Okay, and down there is the 1441 East Midlands train service bound for Norwich.
The train to arrive at platform 1B is the 1511 East Midlands train service to Lincoln, pulling at Spalding, Sleaford, Weskinton, Messingham and Lincoln. That's the train next
Is it really?
to arrive at platform 1B is the 1511 East Midlands train service to Lincoln.
Right, well, aside from the Lincoln service, which I'm not going to see because I'm up this end of the world, you're going to see another Great Northern 317. I think this fact is the exact same one again, isn't it? Oh no, it's 317 346. The 317s, I think, look very good in Great Northern's colours. I think the Great Northern colours suit 317s more than the 365s. But that's just my opinion. But hopefully we'll be able to catch those whilst I'm here, so you'll be able to give me your opinions as well. Okay, and soon to appear over there is going to be the East Midlands train service bound for Norwich. It's 158862. And then we're about to have a Virgin Trains East Coast HST service pass by.
Virgin Trains East Coast service to the pulling at Doncaster, Wakefield, Westgate and Leeds.
43-290 at the front. With Lincolnshire Echo 43-209 on the rear. Nice little two-tone from the driver there, thank you very much. And then we have a Virgin Trains East Coast 225 set turning up with a service bound for London King's Cross. On the front, looks like 82 225. if I position myself right, this thing shall stop, in theory, right next to me.
That's the next train to arrive at platform.
Got to find out.
4 is 1451.
And... oh, well, it's close enough, it'll do. Lovely. Okay, and up in the distance is another Virgin Trains East Coast 225 set that's going to be forming a service bound for Leeds. It's calling at Doncaster, Wakefield, Westgate, and finally Leeds. It's got a new liveried 91 at the front, with the rest being East Coast grey. '91 132s at the helm. And 82 228s on the rear. Okay, 82 225 is getting ready to depart, and up there is a GBRF Class 66 with an intermodal freight service. Hopefully be able to get the numbers for you before this 225 set passes me. Alright, it's got the final whistle. This is 66731. Interhub GB. Again, 82 225 is on its way. This is a service coming in from Newcastle. It was Durham, Darlington, Northallerton, York, Doncaster, Northgate, then Peterborough, and then straight to London King's Cross. With Durham Cathedral 91114 on the rear. And I'm sure most of you know, but for those of you that are learning about these particular trains, they have a maximum operating speed of 140 miles an hour, but unfortunately they're limited to 125 on the East Coast Main Line because the signalling isn't up to date enough, essentially, to warrant it. You need in-cab signalling for speeds greater than 125, and unfortunately they're just not sufficient enough. That sounds like the 66 is off and again, and away it is.
Also like to advise passengers with reservations in coaches C, C, D, E or F, or travelling in standard class, so please make sure they are past the boarding time. The next train to arrive on platform number 4 is 1500. Virgin Trains East Coast Sellers to Newark Northgate, pulling at Bradford and Newark Northgate. The train arrived on platform number 7 is 1452. Cross-country service to Birmingham Street, pulling at Bradford over London Street, Leicester, Huntington, Walsall, Parkway and Birmingham Street. That's the train platform
And there you can see is the cross-country service of Birmingham New Street, but unfortunately I couldn't give you the numbers as those containers were blocking it. So hopefully before this Virgin Trains East Coast service turns up for Newark Northgate, that cross-country service departs so I can give you the numbers. Not sure when she's supposed to go, but any moment I would have thought. They're getting the refreshments on there. Doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. Right. I've got a green light on my end, so something is down there. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be a 225. Of course, now I've said that, it's probably going to be a 180. I'll soon find out. Oh, hello, that sounds like a promising whistle. Right, well, the service bound for Newark Northgate is turning up, and it looks like a fully liveried Virgin Trains East Coast 225 set. Right, the cross-country turbo star is now departing.
This is a staff announcement. Can the station cleaner please make the
170, 110.
to the lock and bucket. That's a staff announcement. A staff announcement for the station cleaner. Can you please report to platform number 2 with a mop and bucket?
And I don't want to know why he has to report with a mop and bucket. I can take a very wild guess, but I'd rather not. Anyhow, we have 91-107 coming in here. Skyfall. It's 82-210 on the rear.
Platform edge behind the yellow line as a non-stop service will be passing through the station. Next passengers are platform number 3, please stand clear of the platform edge and behind the yellow line as a non-stop service will be passing through the station.
Right, and let's see if I was right in my predictions. No, I was wrong. It's going to be a Virgin Trains East Coast HST service. And she's giving it the beans. (43.296) with 43.314. Great little two-tone from the driver there. Thank you very much. The Virgin Trains East Coast service to Newark Northgate is now departing. It's just dawned on me that that's like a reverse of how it should be. It's got a complete set hauled by 91 with a standard grey DVT. Normally it's the other way around. It's a complete set with a DVT coloured with a 91 that's grey. Well, there you go. Okay, and I think about ready to start is 317-346, the Great Northern Service bound for London King's Cross.
The next train to arrive at platform number 1 is the 1516 Great Northern Service to London King's Cross, calling at Huntingdon, St Neots, Bandy, Cusways, Arlesey, Hitchin, Stevenage, Misery, Nebworth, Welland North, Welland Garden City, Hatfield, Potters Bar, Finsbury Park and London King's Cross. That's the next train to arrive at platform 1A is the 1516 Great Northern Service to London King's Cross. The next train to arrive at platform number...
Okay, and the next train to turn up will be the 1516 Great Northern Service that will be going to London King's Cross. So another 317 in First Capital Connect livery. It's 317-341. And down there will be the East Midlands Trains 153 unit that will be going off to Lincoln. Alrighty then, and incoming is 43049 with Virgin Trains East Coast service to London King's Cross. This is one of East Midlands Trains 43s that's currently on hire. Hopefully this is one of the VP 185 engines, so it will scream as it pulls away. Which we'll soon find out. Okay, I think she is about ready to go. Please be a screamer. Please be a screamer. I can tell you that the nameplate is Neville Hill. Well, it didn't blow my head off, but it still looks good either way. (43,073) sounding absolutely gorgeous there.
That's the next train to arrive at platform number 4 is 1516 Virgin Trains East Coast Service.
And a bus. Why not? And a van. And sirens. It wasn't me, Governor. Honest. And another bus. If you love buses, there you go. There's 2 of them for you. Doing a service for you, free of charge. Now coming in is the 1516 Virgin Trains East Coast service to Newcastle. Right, this is a formation I'm used to seeing now. It's not going to try and screw with me mentally. It's got the standard East Coast 91 at the front, with the rest of the train being in its new vinyl. Who have we got then? We have a rather scruffy looking 91115. And on the rear is 82212. And then down in the distance, I don't know if you can see those lights approaching, that looks like the unmistakable appearance of a Grand Central HST. There's also a cross-country Turbostar down there, so I can get the numbers of the Turbostar when it gets closer. However, I'm not too sure I'm going to be able to get the numbers of this HST, but I'll give it a go. I can't promise anything, but bear with me. See if I can grab him. 43,480, and I think that was 486 on the rear. Right, I'll get the turbo when she departs. In fact, if I'd have just waited a little bit longer, it would have appeared. So it is. It's 170-112 that'll be forming a cross-country service to Stansted Airport. Okay, the Virgin Trains East Coast service to Newcastle is departing, as is the Great Northern service to London King's Cross. Okay, 170-112 is getting ready to depart. Down in the distance is a Deutsche Bahn Schenker Class 66. That will soon be overtaken by a through train of some description. '66 176. And the through train is going to be a Virgin Trains East Coast 225 set. Mountain 124 with base 2226. And the 66 is now on its way. These are PNA wagons.
to arrive at platform number 3:15:29, Virgin Trains East Coast service to London King's Cross.
Now coming in, so 15:29 Virgin Trains East Coast service London King's Cross.
Platform number 3:15:29, Virgin Trains East Coast service to London King's Cross.
82215 at the front.
Passengers waiting 15:28 East Midlands train service to Liverpool. This service today has been delayed. This was due to following a freight train. We'd like to apologise for the delay to the service. That's information.
Okay, 82215 is getting ready to depart as there is a GBRF WBB Minerals train down in the distance. That is what our East Midlands trains service is stuck behind. I'm probably going to miss the numbers of this 66, I'm afraid. Yep, I'm going to. Unless I be sneaking trying to look through the carriages as it passes. But I shall endeavour to do my very best.
The next train to arrive at platform number 7 is 15:28. East Midlands train service following full on.
This is a service coming off from York. Well, there's 91109, there's 66754 Northampton Saints. A Grand Central Adelante just went steaming through. The last time I saw 66754, it was working a coal train up in Northallerton after I'd finished filming. Christ, that sounded healthy. And down there is the East Midlands Trains 158. I don't know about this one. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the numbers for you. I'll give it a go though. One 158,806. Right, 66754 is powering up again. Slowly being pulled backwards. These are PAA wagons. weighing 37.7 tonnes. Okay, we've got a couple of services here. At the top is going to be a Great Northern 365. Down there is an Abellio Greater Anglia Turbo Star, and then about to pass through the station is going to be a Virgin Trains East Coast 225 set. A2211 with 92110 Battle of Britain Memorial flights. There is 17272 for Abellio Greater Anglia. Okay, now turning up is the Great Northern 365. That'll be terminating here at Peterborough. It's a jewelled up set in Great Northern colours. It's got 365 540 at the front.
The train now standing on platform 6, the 1550. Greater Anglia service for Ipswich.
There's 365 537 on the rear.
Stowmarket and Ipswich. At platform 6, 1550. Greater Anglia service for Ipswich. Train now approaching platform 5A.
And the next train to pass by is going to be a Virgin Trains East Coast HST set. Four 3251 with 317. Finally got a full set. Looks absolutely fantastic in that livery. Now departing is the 1545 East Midlands train service to Norwich with 158780. And departing is 1546 Great Northern Service London King's Cross. With our pair of 365s taking it away. And as she continues onwards, I shall leave it there. Thank you all very much for watching, it is greatly appreciated. If you've liked what you've seen today, then please do like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment, I do get back to them as and when I can. There's going to be a few level crossings for the next couple of videos, a bridge or two. Then it's going to be some of the, all of the stops along the East Coast Main Line to Hadley Wood. I'm also going to be visiting Ely before I get to Huntingdon. So I'm looking forward to filming there. But however, until next time, I shall see you all later. Goodbye.